Natural conversations that build trust.
I'm going to reveal the secret of the best people at generating prospects, and it may surprise you. They are not the ones who speak best, they are the ones who listen best. While most people are desperate to throw out their sales argument, the people who truly attract do the opposite. They ask, they listen, and they let the other person speak. And that is why people ask them for information. Trust is not built by talking and selling, but by listening and understanding. The one who listens attracts. Today, you learn the art of natural conversation that makes people ask you for information without you having to sell.
The 80-20 rule of conversation.
Here is the key that changes everything. In a good attraction conversation, the prospect speaks 80% of the time and you speak 20%. Most people do exactly the opposite. They speak 80% of the time unloading their pitch and leave the other person 20%. Backwards. Your job is to ask and listen, to let the other person express themselves, feel understood, and open up. The more they speak, the more they trust you, and the more information they give you, so you can truly help them.
In a conversation that attracts, the prospect speaks 80%, and you speak 20%. Listening is attracting. The art of asking questions.
If listening is the foundation, asking is the tool. Good questions make the prospect reflect, open up, and many times reach the conclusions on their own. Types of questions that work.
Really listen. Do not just wait for your turn to speak.
There is a huge difference between hearing and listening. Hearing is waiting for the other person to finish, so you can say your part. Listening is paying real attention to what they say, picking it up, and responding to that. When you truly listen, you show it.
You were telling me that in the afternoons, I understand, so what weighs on you the most is...
That active listening makes the person feel understood like almost never before, and that is where trust begins. People do not remember what you sold them, they remember that you listened to them.
People do not remember what you sold them. They remember how you made them feel heard. Give value before asking for anything.
Throughout the conversation, give before you ask. A useful tip, a resource, a word of encouragement with no conditions. When you truly help without expecting anything, something powerful happens. The other person drops their guard completely, and, many times, they are the ones who ask,
Hey, what exactly do you do?
Or,
How did you achieve it?
when they are the ones asking, the information stops being a sale and becomes an answer to their request. That is pure attraction.
The magic moment, when they ask for information.
All this natural conversation has one destination, for the prospect, feeling understood, and having received value, to want to know more and ask you for it. You do not force that moment. You prepare it by listening and helping, and it arrives on its own. When it arrives,
Tell me more. How does it work?
then yes, you share the information, naturally and from the trust you have already built together. You have turned a stranger into someone who asks you, by their own choice, to tell them more. That is the goal of the whole course.
You do not chase the request for information. You prepare it by listening and helping, and it comes on its own. Real example.
At first, as soon as someone spoke to Marta, she would unload her entire product. People closed off. She changed to natural conversation. She asked about the person's day-to-day life, truly listened, and gave some useful advice without asking for anything. One woman, after feeling heard and helped, asked her,
Hey, are you looking for a fresh, upbeat voice to make your content really stand out?
That is when Marta told her, and the request for information came up naturally. She did not sell, she listened, helped, and the other person asked to know more.
Common mistakes.
Speaking 80% of the time, unloading your pitch. Reverse the rule, let the prospect speak, and you listen. Hearing while waiting for your turn. Truly listen, and respond to what they say, not to your script. Asking or selling before giving value. Give value first. Trust comes before information. Forcing the request for information. It is prepared by listening and helping. It comes on its own.
Practical advice.
In your next conversation, set yourself a challenge. Do not talk about your product or your opportunity until the other person asks you about it. Focus only on asking, listening, and helping. You will be surprised how often, when they feel heard, they end up being the ones who ask. And if they do not ask, that is okay. You have built trust for later. Changing the mindset from selling to listening and helping is what multiplies your requests for information. You now know how to build trust through conversation. But not every conversation leads to the same place. It is useful to know how to identify who is a truly qualified prospect so you can invest your energy well. In the next lesson, we will see how to identify qualified prospects.